Okay. Briella, Fiana, start with Namokar mantra.
Namo Arihantaram, Namo Siddharam, Namo Ayodhyaram, Namo Uvajayaram, Namo Loe Savasaunam, Eso Panchanamo Yaro, Savapapanasram, Mangalaram Chisavesi, Parmamui Mangalam, Padmamui Mangalam. Chattari Mangalam, Aryanta Mangalam, Sita Mangalam, Sahu Mangalam, Kevali Panato, Tammo Mangalam, Chattari Lokutama, Aryanta Lokutama, Sita Lokutama, Sahu Lokutama, Kevali Panato. Dhammo Lokutamo, Chatari Sharam Pavajami, Arante Sharam Pavajami, Site Sharam Pavajami, Sahu Sharam Pavajami, Kevali Paratam, Dhammam Sharam Pavajami.
Very good. Fine. So, what story do you want to listen to today? Any story you have in mind? Yeah, Briella.
Padma Prabhu.
Padma Prabhu.
Yeah.
Padma Prabhu Tirthankar, right? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying something else?
Tirthankar. You're right.
Padma Prabhu Tirthankar, because we were not born in that time, so I mean I don't know it too well. But now that you have told me, let me look that up, because like you see, Neminath Bhagwan, Parshvanath Bhagwan, Mahavir Bhagwan, Rishabdev Bhagwan, all these stories everybody knows, because they are the ones, like you see, Rishabdev Bhagwan was the first Tirthankar, but this one, let's look it up and let's do this story. Okay, Briella? Like in the next class, let's do this story. And Fiana, I have not forgotten, you want to do like Chandan Bara, but as I said, we will do it in July. We will do it during Veer Sashan Divas, because it is the day for Mahavir Bhagwan. So we will do that story. Okay, Moksha is here as well. Moksha, start your video so we can. Ahil, how are you feeling?
Yes, just a minute.
Yeah.
I'm much better today.
That's good. Okay, good. Fine. So, Ahil, you've missed, I think, 1 or 2 classes. Okay, so let's do the revision. Briella, Fiana, you were not here last week. So, where's this friend of yours, Moksha Hetwi? Where is Hetwi today?
My mama has messaged her.
Okay, fine. Let's start with the revision and then we go on to the new part. Name the 2 parts of the soul, Hanika.
Dravya and Pariyai.
Dravya and Pariyai. Now, Fiana, which is the constant part, which is the changing part?
Dravya is constant and Pariyai is changing.
Ahil, how many gun are there in the soul?
Infinite.
Infinite gun. Briella, how many gun are there in Pudgal?
Infinite.
Moksha, how many gun are there in like Dharmastika?
1.
No. How many gun? Kitla gun છે? Hanika, help.
Infinite.
Neet, how many gun are there in card?
Infinite.
And Kreet, how many gun are there in Akash? Kreet, how many gun?
Infinite.
Infinite gun. Okay, very good. Okay, so now the basic concept is we always use Hanuman's example. Hanuman was a human, meaning his parents were human. Now, in the Dravya, there is a gun called Gnan gun. Gnan gun is there in Dravya. Out of the infinite gun, one gun is called gyan, knowledge, gyan. So in the pariyai, if the father is a human, the child will be a human, isn't it, Ahil? Fiana is also saying yes. Hanika also is also saying yes. Okay, so even Moksha. Okay, so Gnan Gun will give birth to what in the Pariyai, Hanika? It's easy. A human gives birth to a human. So Gnan Gun, very good. Okay, Briella, have you understood? No.
Yes.
You have understood. Good girl, if you have understood. Fiana, have you understood? Because you were not there in the last class, but like both of you were not. Ahil, have you understood? A human gives birth to a human. Can we ever say in our life, Hanuman was a monkey? Can we ever say it? No. The answer is no. Hanika, is it yes or no? No. Neetkrit, is it yes or no? Can we ever say, like not today, maybe even 30, 50 years from now, can we ever say Hanuman was a monkey? No, we can't say, because that is not scientific. It is not scientific that a human can never, ever, ever give birth to an animal. It doesn't make sense. It is not scientific. It is not scientific. Another scientific explanation we had used. You might not know this, like some of you are still young, you will not know this, but I think Neet will understand this. So there is a law of gravity. How many of you understand the law of gravity? Some of you understand, some of you might not understand. So Moksha, the law of gravity is that if something falls, let's take this wire. I think you can see it. If this wire falls, just look at the fall, it just fell like that. Now, can it fall upwards? Can this wire fall upwards?
No.
Ahil? No. No. Mokshav, can this wire fall upwards? Or look at this wire. I think you can all see the wire. Look at my hand, release it. It fell down. So this is the law of gravity. It falls down. It can't fall upwards. So who has invented, no, sorry, invented is not the correct word. Who has discovered this? Any idea? Some of you might not know, so don't worry, because in school you might have not learned it. Fiana.
Aryant Bhagwan.
No. Hanika. Ahil.
Like in school, we're told it's Newton.
Yeah, correct.
Exactly.
Fiana, the answer is there was a man called Newton, Sir Newton. Actually, his name was Sir Newton. So there was a man called Newton, maybe approximately, I don't know, maybe 300 years ago, maybe 400 years ago. This is what he has not invented this. Remember, he has not come up with this theory. This theory is a universal law. He has only found out about it. Mokshav, tane samajh ma ave chhe? Su kahe chhe? Put your fingers down. Okay, you are understanding. So Mokshav, there was a man called Newton. He like rediscovered. Discovered means what? That he found out. It was already existing. Krit, are you understanding? Yeah. Priela, are you understanding? That Hanika, I think Hanika is understanding, but Hanika, are you understanding? Okay, so he rediscovered that when something falls, it falls down. That is the law of gravity. That is the law of gravity. Now, let me tell you this. Kund Acharya, Fiana, come in the video. Don't write or don't do anything right now. Just listen. Just listen. Kund Acharya has written this 2000 years ago. But you see, like Newton's name has become famous, but the reality is that Kunacharya has written this 2000 years ago, that when a fruit falls from the stem of a tree, it falls down. It falls down. That fruit cannot be joined with the stem because it is the law of gravity, it falls down. So are you understanding that these are universal laws? Now, it is not Kunacharya was invented this. Kunacharya wrote this 2000 years ago. maybe 100,000 years ago, somebody had written it somewhere. Maybe people who were existing 100,000 years ago, even they knew about it. Are you understanding what is a universal law? It can never be created. It can never be destroyed. Hanika, let's see if you have understood. Can matter particles, can Pudgal be created or destroyed? Yes or no? It's okay. Think.
No.
Sure, yeah? 100% sure?
Yes.
Yeah. Briella, can Pudgal be created or destroyed?
No.
Krith needs together. Can Pudgal, matter particles, can they be created or destroyed?
No.
Fiana, can the soul, can Jeev be created or destroyed?
No.
Ahil, has somebody made this universe?
No.
Mokshav, has somebody made Dharmastikai, Adharmastikai, Akash
No.
and Kar? No. Hanika, has somebody made this universe?
No.
No. Then has somebody made the Chha Dravya, Jeev, Pudgal, Dharmastikai, Adharmastikai, Akash and Kal? Hanika, has somebody made it? Fiana? Fiona, what are you doing? Are you doing something? Okay, then sit like Krith. I should be able to see your body. Sit like him. Adjust your laptop so that I can see your body properly, and don't now look down or don't do anything, okay? Because it is distracting all of us. Yeah, good girls. Fine. And come in the camera. Fiona, you are not in the camera. Okay. Fine. Okay, good. So so the 6 substances, Jeev, Pudgal, Dharmastikai, Adharmastikai, Akash and Kal, can it be created by somebody? It cannot be created by anybody, isn't it, Ahil? Isn't it, Ahil? Okay, so now are you understanding that you might hear, when you grow up, you might hear other names. One is Newton, one is Albert Einstein, another name is might be like Thomas Edison, that they have invented because the word they will put in the books is invented. But are you understanding? Nobody can invent it. It has been existing forever and ever. Nobody can create it. Nobody can destroy it. Whatever is a universal law, it is a universal law. Have you understood this, Hanika? Can like anybody create? Can anybody create maybe the sun? Can anybody create the sun? No.
It's a
Ahil, can anybody
universal
create
law.
the sun? No, nobody can create the sun. Can anybody create the moon? Mokshav, can anybody create the moon?
No.
No. Can anybody create the stars? Can like a person create the
No.
stars?
No.
Neetkrit? No, nobody can create these things. Can anybody create the soul? One more time. Can like God create the soul? No. So this is what is written in our Jain texts. Yes, Ahil, ask your question.
I've seen somewhere that someone they made a black hole and like that destroys matter.
Wait, remove this.
Your voice is not very clear. You said that the black hole is created, then it destroys what?
No, like I saw somewhere that someone had created a black hole, and black holes they destroy matter.
No. Okay, let's understand this, because you must understand. Ahil, you have a body. You have a body. Today you're 12 years old. Okay? One day you will be 85 years old or maybe 90 years old. Anika? And then when Ahil is 90 years old, what happens? He experiences death. So what happens to your body? Briella, what happens to Ahil's body? What do we do with the body?
It's matter particles, so it falls on the floor and the soul is gone. It goes to
No. We burn it, right? We burn the body,
Yeah.
isn't it, Briella? Isn't it, Ahil? We burn a body. once anybody, not your body, everybody's body will be burnt one day, because everybody is going to experience death. So when, for example, my body is burnt, what happens to my body? The body turns into what, Fiana?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, Neith has already given the answer, ash. Now, Fiana, once that ash, what possibility can it convert? Give like 2-3 possibilities.
It could turn to soil.
One is soil. Another? It could maybe disperse in the air, isn't it? It could become like particles in the air, isn't it, Ahil? It can actually fly away.
Or
So
it could become
it's-
like water in the water, disperse into particles.
Exactly. Or have you? I think we have all done this. When somebody dies in our body, whatever ash is remaining, we go and put it in some river. Or if you have not done it, you might have seen it like in a video or like something like that. That okay, even if you have not seen it, Briella, this is one practice that people do. People, what they do when like the body turns into ash, what they do, they go and put it in some river body. It could be, I mean, sorry, some water body. It could be a river, it could be a lake, it could be the ocean, it can be a stream, anything. So they go and put that ash. Now that body is now ash, Ahil. That body is now ash. That body is now ash, so it is now put in the water. So now what can happen in that water with that ash? It can turn into seaweed, isn't it? This is just a possibility, isn't it, Ahil? It can turn into seaweed. Then the fish eats that seaweed. So are you seeing that body called Ahil? What happened to that body? Are you seeing, Ahil? Isn't it? Hanika, are you understanding? Like Moksha, are you understanding what is happening? So are you seeing it cannot be created, it cannot be destroyed? Ahil, it must be clear to you. If it is not clear, you still ask your question, what is not clear?
Yeah, like I understand that, but what I'm saying that scientists, like, do you know a black hole?
Yeah, I've heard about the black hole. Yeah.
Yeah, there are like things in space and like stuff that come near it. The black hole consumes it and like it like destroys the matter.
Okay. So fine.
And
we
like
will.
someone on Earth created one.
Okay, fine. Hanika, ask your question and then we come back to Ahil's question.
What if the ash doesn't turn into seaweed or anything?
Okay, fine. I've understood both your concepts. Ahil, let's come to your Moksha. If you have questions, puchche, okay?
Yes.
Okay, Ahil. When someone says, look at me, when like someone says it consumes it, it takes it in. Now I am consuming food, isn't it, Ahil? Because I'm a human. I am consuming food. So for example, for lunch, I ate a pizza, isn't it? So Ahil, look over here because we are answering your question. So for example, I took like a pizza. It went in my mouth. Obviously, then it went down my food gut. Then it went in my stomach. Then it went into my small intestine. I consumed it. So it vanished, isn't it, Ahil? Yes or no, Ahil? Because I've consumed it. Hold on. I have consumed it, meaning it is gone. That pizza, which was there, it was like a round thing, isn't it? The pizza is a round thing. Now I have consumed it, so it has now become into like a mashed up thing because I've chewed it so much that it has now become like a ball. Are you understanding, Ahil? Now it has become like a ball. Now that ball, because there's a scientific word for it, but I don't want to give you now too many names. It's called chyme. So that ball, let's just use the word ball. That ball is now in your stomach, Hanika. That ball is now in your stomach. It stays there for 45 minutes. This is scientifically, this is what we know. That it stays in the stomach for 45 minutes, then it goes to the small intestine. Now, what happens in the small intestine? Again, Ahil, let's use the word, it is consumed. It is consumed. It is Neith. It is consumed. by the small intestine, it takes all the nutrients, it takes all the good stuff, and the bad stuff, maybe which is not required, it is given to the large intestine, Hanika. Hanika, are you understanding? Is it difficult? Neetkrit, is it difficult? It is not difficult. Fiana, Priyala, is it understandable? Yes or no? Yes? Moksha, are you understanding? Okay, so it is now whatever good stuff, the nutrients, is taken by the small intestine. Ahil, it is consumed. It is consumed. And the bad stuff, maybe what is not, like bad stuff is not the correct terminology. The things which is not required is now given to the large intestine. So when you go to the bathroom, it comes out. Are you understanding, Ahil, that it's the pizza, it transformed? Are you understanding this much? Are you
Yeah,
understanding?
but like you see, for black holes, it doesn't like transform the matter into anything. But for your
Does.
body, it would turn into
Does.
waste or
No,
something.
Ahil, so your understanding there is not clear. It does. It consumes it, because you see, these are the words they use. Like just now I clarified. Fiona, just give me 1 minute. Just now I clarified that they will write in the book, Newton invented, or he discovered. Like in like some books it is written discovered, but in some books it is written he invented the law of gravity. But the word invented is not correct. It is, because when you say that it has been consumed, or maybe the matter particles disappear, that is not the correct terminology. That is not the correct way of writing it, because this is a universal law. You will learn this in physics, Ahil. Maybe in your year 9 you might learn it. You're in year 6 right now. You're in year 6. So in year 9 you will learn one statement, or it might be in year 8. You will learn a statement: matter particles cannot be created, cannot be destroyed. I still remember when I was in year 9, I still remember I had learned this. So this is a proven point. Now now we don't know why they have used these words, that it is consumed, or maybe it has destroyed the matter particles. But this is a law, physics. This is a law of physics. Ahil, have you understood, or you still have doubts? Have you understood that this is a law?
I understand.
Okay,
Yeah.
Hanika, let's try to answer your question. Ask your question again.
Like if that ash doesn't turn into seaweed or sand or anything underwater that the fish or any underwater
Yeah.
thing eats, like
What? You are on mute. What?
I have asked that
No, if it doesn't
if
turn
it
into seaweed, what
yeah,
else can happen? Yeah. So
if it doesn't turn into anything the animals underwater eat, then well, what will happen to it?
what can, millions of possibilities, millions of possibilities. One possibility is that again, all those matter particles will combine and it will form a new body. A new body, it can be of a human, it can be of an animal, it can be of a hellish being, it can be of a heavenly being, because the matter particles, as I said, it can disperse, isn't it? It can disperse. So again, many like matter particles come together and they form another body. Or maybe, like for example, because I'm saying Ahil wearing spectacles, this is only an example. Maybe it forms into a structure called spectacles. Maybe it forms into a structure. Look at this sofa behind that I'm sitting. There's a sofa. So maybe it comes together, it forms a sofa. Maybe look at the cushion that you are using to rest on, Hanika. It can maybe come into a cushion. Look at the chair, Greet. Look at the chair Greet is like sitting on. It can come together and form a chair. Yeah, okay, Fiona, ask your question.
It's not a question, but I've heard that when the black hole takes the matter particles, it stores it It doesn't destroy it, it stores it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I didn't know about that. Ahil, so if like Fiona has something to tell you that well, she has read it, like read this somewhere. I don't know about this, but it stores it. But the principle is it is a principle, Ahil. It is a principle that matter particles cannot be created or destroyed. And you will learn this either in year 8 or in year 9. Neet, have you learned this or not yet? Neat? Yes or no? Just nod yes or no. Have you learned it? Yes or no? Okay. Okay. No, have you learned this in school that matter particles cannot be created or destroyed? Have you learned this? Okay. So like tell to Ahil like what you have been taught. Come near the microphone so he can hear you. Quick.
He only said a bit, so like matter particles cannot be created or destroyed.
See, like Neet is older than you, Ahil. In school, you like will learn this because I remember writing in my physics book. I still remember this. We had written this like statement. So you will learn it at like some point. Like matter particles cannot be created or destroyed. So whatever theory is of this big hall, it is true. Whatever you have heard, Ahil. But what you have to understand, sometimes they use different words, but the principle is that matter particles cannot be created or destroyed. Is that clear? So when it uses the word consumed, maybe destroyed, when it uses the word destroyed, for example, Hanika, because also Hanika has a bit of doubt. Ahil, when we use the word destroyed, for example, when I die, when they burn my body, so they've destroyed my body, isn't it? Isn't it true, Hanika, that they've destroyed? No, okay, hold on, Fiona. That they've destroyed my body, isn't it? It is true. It is true, Hanika. It is true, Ahil. But that is half of the truth. That yeah, Komal's body has been destroyed, but that body which was destroyed has now become ash. Are you understanding, Ahil? So it is true that when they say that Komal's body has been destroyed, it is true. Now you will not see a physical Komal. Isn't it? Now you will see ash. Isn't it true, Ahil? Isn't it true, Kreet? Kreet, are you paying attention? Today you're not paying attention. Sit straight. Sit straight. And like change chairs, because when you're sitting on that other chair, you are like sitting straight. Hold on, Hanika, 1 second. Ahil, is this clear? Ahil, look here. Ahil, is it clear? Or is it still not clear? It is clear.
Yeah.
It's clear. So I will say it one more time, Hanika, and then we take your question. So when you see a physical Komal and when she dies, the body is burnt. The body is burnt. So the body is destroyed, isn't it, Ahil? So that is a truth. That is a truth that this body, that this physical person who you're seeing, you will never ever see this person anymore. Isn't it true, Ahil? So the body is destroyed, but that's half of the truth. That is half of the truth, because this body, when it is destroyed, it turns into ash. Are you understanding, Ahil? That destroyed is only half of the truth, because then it is converted to something else. Clear? Okay, Hanika, ask your question.
Komal auntie, what if it's an animal, like for example, not even the big animals like the lions and tigers, because other animals can hunt on them. The small insects, if they die, what will happen to them? Because we don't burn them.
Yeah, you are right. So like what happens to them? They decay, isn't it?
Yeah.
That they decay. Yeah. And because they decay, it just becomes into fungus. It just becomes into fungus. It becomes into maybe some sort of microbes, and you will notice, look on the ground sometimes. I don't know, like Fiona, Briella, you might not see ants in like your country, but here we see ants on the floor. You see ants on the floor. So here we see ants on the floor. Hanika, try to notice this. When an ant dies, many ants will come around it. Have you ever noticed this, Hanika?
Not noticed with ant, but I've noticed with a termite and a
Okay, with
spider.
the termite, you have noticed. Okay, fine, not an ant. Let's use termite as an example. But you have noticed this, isn't it? That many like small these insects, ants or whatever it is, it comes around it and it either eats it or maybe it takes it away, or maybe it's like something happens to the body. But you have noticed this, isn't it? That body is not left over there. That body changes its form. Greet, ask your question.
It even happens to food over here. Once
Exactly. Exactly. It like,
food
sorry.
and then you dropped food and then ants just come around it.
Exactly. Ahil, are we clear? Can we move on? Briella, are we clear?
Yes.
Fiona, I think Fiona has understood. Okay. Moksha, have you understood?
Yes.
Ahil, have you watched that film? Like the cartoons which come. I'm not sure if it comes anymore, but there was a cartoon called The Transformers. Have you watched it? So have you seen that nothing is ever destroyed? The man becomes a gun, the gun becomes a house. It is just transforming. And so they've used the word transformers. Neet Kreet, have you watched this cartoon? No, you have not watched this cartoon. Briella, Fiona, have you watched Transformers? Okay, but anyway, Ahil, you have watched it, haven't you? The Transformers. So basically what it is like a robot. And that robot, when the enemy comes, the whole body becomes into a gun. And then when the enemy is gone, again, it becomes into a body. And then maybe when it's like something else happens, it becomes into a house. After it becomes into a house, maybe it becomes into like something like a parking lot or like something like that. But anyway, I think you have got the idea. Ahil, is it clear? 100% sure it is clear. Don't have doubts because it is still appearing like you have a doubt. Are you sure? Okay, let's move on. So there are two parts of the soul. Ahil, name the two parts.
Dravya and Gun. I mean,
No,
Dravya and Paryai.
Dravya and Paryai. Now let's come back to the question. So the question was, if a human gives birth, he will give birth to what? Hanika.
A human will always give birth to a human.
Great. An animal will always give birth to a Fiona. Human. Okay, let's just use the word human. A human will always give birth to a human. Okay. So now Gyan will give birth to what? Moksha.
Yes.
Gyan will give birth to what?
Gyan.
Eighth. Gyan will give birth to what?
Yeah.
Virya will give birth to what? Krit.
Video.
Virya. Now, where are all these gun? Are they in Dravya or is it in Paryai? Raise your hand. One by one, we will answer. Are these infinite gun, is it in Dravya or is it in Paryai? Yes, Krit. Wrong. Wrong. Okay, Neet.
Dravya.
Hanika.
Dravya.
Moksha.
Yes.
Like where are the infinite gun? Dravya ma ke like Paryai ma ke mache? You're not, yeah, you're not paying attention. Every question I'm saying twice. Ahil,
Dravya.
Fiona and Briella together.
Dravya.
So the infinite gun, it is in Dravya, Hanika. The infinite gun is in Dravya. So if Gnan gun is in Dravya, in the Paryai, it is giving birth to what, Fiona? What is it giving birth to?
So the Parya is giving birth to
No.
Pari.
Listen to it again. In Dravya, there is a gun called Gnan. So it is giving birth in the Paryay. So Gnan gives birth to what in the Paryay? Yeah, Priyala. Okay, Ahil.
I was gonna say what they said.
What did they say?
None.
Moksha,
Gyan.
Hanika,
Gyan.
Neet, Krit together.
Yeah.
So in the Dravya, there are gun. Gun means good qualities. There are no bad qualities. When you translate the word gun into English, Hanika, it means good qualities. So if there are good qualities, are there any bad qualities in the soul? Are there any bad qualities? No. It is an obvious answer. There are no bad qualities, because when you translate the word gun, gun is translated to good qualities and not to bad qualities, or it is not translated to qualities. Because when it is translated to qualities, Ahil, it can mean that there are good qualities and bad qualities. But what is the translation of gun, Ahil?
Good quality.
Moksha, what is the translation of gun?
Good qualities.
Hanika,
Infinite good qualities.
no, what is the translation of gun?
Good quality.
Yeah, Fiana, Briella, what is the translation of gun?
Good qualities.
Neet, Krit?
Good quality.
So, Ahil, is there any quality called anger in the Dravya? No. Is there any quality called anger in the Dravya, Krit? So, where is anger? Is it in the soul, or is it in the matter particles, or is it in Pudgal? Let everybody answer this one. Yeah, Neet, and then Krit.
In the Paryay.
Of Paryay of which? Pudgal Paryay or Jeev Paryay?
Jeev.
Okay. Okay. Krit, what is your answer?
Jeev Paryay.
Hanika,
Jeev. Paryay.
sure. I think it's wrong. Are you sure? Are you 100% sure?
Yes.
No, you're not. Okay. Mokshav,
I am.
you are. Okay. Mokshav,
Atma and Dravya.
Atma. Okay, fine. Ahil,
Dravya.
Jeev Dravya. Okay. Fiana,
Jeev Dravya.
and this Priala.
I don't know.
Good girl. She likes both the truth. Okay. Neet and Krit are correct. Ahil, Mokshav, and sorry, Neet, Krit, Hanika are correct. Mokshav, Ahil, Fiana are correct. But Neet, Krit, Hanika gave the exact location. It is in Jeev. It is in Atma. Correct. It is. That is all. Like all of you are correct. But these three children gave the exact location. It is in Paryay. It is not in Dravya. Why is it not in Dravya? Neat.
Because Dravya has infinite good.
Infinite gun, exactly. It has got good qualities. Dravya has got infinite gun. So it is not in Dravya. It is only in Paryay. It is only and only in Paryay. Priyala, you wanted to say something? No. Priyala, have you understood? Have you understood that in Dravya, there are infinite good qualities, infinite gun? Ahil, have you understood? That in Dravya, there are infinite guns. So where is anger? Ahil, where is anger? Is it in Pudgal? Okay, so you have said it is not in Pudgal. You gave the correct answer that it is in Atma or it is in Jeev. Both are same. Atma and Jeev are both the same. But where is the exact location, Ahil? In Atma.
In the In the Paryai.
In the Paryai. Fiana, where is the exact location?
In the Paryai.
In the Paryai. Now, who can explain why it is in Paryai and why it is not in Dravya? Ahil, try.
Because like Paryai is always changing and like your feelings always changing and you could be angry.
Your answer is 60% correct. Give me the full answer. You are correct. You are correct. But give me the further explanation. Yeah, try Briella and then Fiana will try. And then Hanika.
Because in the Dravya, there's good qualities and not bad qualities.
So you have given 40%. So both yours and Ahil's answer together makes it 100% correct. Now, Fiana, make it 100% correct.
Anger, it comes and goes. And anger is not there forever. You can't be angry forever.
So give the full answer. Combine Briella and Ahil's answer and make it a complete answer. Okay, no problem. Hanika, try to make it a complete answer. Both Fiana and Ahil are correct.
So now because the Paryai changes, and the Dravya has infinite gun, like Fiona said, you can't be angry forever. So the anger is in the Paryai, not in the Dravya.
Okay, you have tried your best. It is a good answer, but let's see who can make it a very good answer. Neet, you want to try? Speak.
So Dravya is almost constant and Parya keeps on changing. And Dravya only has good, infinite good qualities, not bad. So anger, it keeps on changing, and Dravya is constant, and Parya keeps on changing.
Okay, you are 90% correct. Little bit you have missed out. Very little you have missed out. Kreet, you want to try? Kreet sometimes is in the air. Come near the microphone.
So then, doesn't have.
No, we can't hear you. We can't. Just change places. Wait. Just change places with Neet. Then you're nearer the microphone. Yeah, now speak.
Dravya has good qualities and not bad qualities. And being angry is a bad quality. And also anger keeps on changing. So that's why it's in the Parya and not the Dravya.
Yeah, I think Kreet has given almost 100. So yeah, Kreet's answer is a good answer. Ahil, you want to say it so that you understand? Say it.
I understand.
You understand. Okay. Hanika, say it one more time.
Because the Paryai is changing and anger changes, and there's infinite gun in the Dravya.
So complete your answer. So anger can never come from Dravya because in the Dravya there are only good qualities. Fiana, say the whole answer now properly and stop playing with whatever you're playing. Speak. See, you are lost because you were playing with something. Speak. Briella, speak.
I didn't understand.
No, you understood. Both of you were playing. Both of you have understood. It's not that you have not understood. Ahil, help them. And then Moksha will also speak.
Like
For Fiona, you will
because-
speak after Ahil. So yeah, so pay attention.
so like in Paryai, your emotions are always changing. So you can be happy at one time and then you become angry. But then in Dravya, it's all infinite good qualities. So
So, so you left it incomplete. So, anger cannot come from dravya because anger is a bad quality, and in the dravya there are only good qualities. Say it. Say the full answer, and then Fiona, you're next. Briella, you're next, and then Moksha, but the answers is Sambar. Your English should be as good as theirs. Yeah.
Dravya has infinite good qualities, and since anger isn't a good quality, a bad quality, it can't be in Dravya.
It cannot come from dravya. Bol. It cannot come from dravya.
It cannot come from Dravya.
It happens by itself in the paryay. Speak this, Ahil.
It happens by itself in the Paryay.
Okay, now Fiona, speak.
In the Dravya, there's infinite good qualities, but anger is not a good quality, so it can't come from the Dravya.
So where is anger coming from?
It comes by itself from the Paryay.
Okay. Briella, speak. Moksha, you're next.
Parya keeps changing, so, and anger can be there the whole day.
Good girl. Very good. Then
And in the Dravya, it's constant and it can't change, and anger keeps changing.
very good, girls. Very good girl. Look, she's brought out an extra point. Well done. Clap for Briella. Good girl. Look, she's paying attention. Continue, Briella. Speak.
So it can come from the Dravya because it's constant and there's always good qualities.
In the dravya, and anger is a bad quality.
It's a bad quality.
So where does anger come from?
It comes from the Paryay by itself.
Very good, girl. Clap for Briella. Moksha, bold.
Anger is from Paryay because Dravya has good quality. It can't have any bad quality.
Very
So,
good. Clap for Moksha. Yes. Continue, Yuri. If you want to say more, continue.
So anger can't come in Dravya.
Very good. Very good. Look, he made another observation. Ahil, Hanika, anger cannot come in dravya. It cannot come into dravya. That is an important point. Very, very important point. Ahil, are you speaking to somebody?
No, I just had to give my dad something.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so for today, this much is enough. Everyone has done very well today. Fiona, what are you doing? I think only when your dad is here, both of you are behaved.
The camera's a bit off.
Okay, fine. So last week we learned a definition. Preet asked a very important question. He asked, what is the significance or what is the meaning of upvas, or why do we do upvas? Preet, explain to everybody.
So upvas is separated into two.
Come near the microphone.
Upvas is separated into two parts, up and vas. So up means like the soul, and vas means like to reside in the soul. To reside in the soul. So upvas means to reside in the soul. So it means to live in the or
In the soul.
To live in
Clap
the soul.
for him. Excellent, excellent answer. You spoke 100%. Properly, you made sure you broke the words. You explained up and vas. So, Ahil, does upvas mean fasting?
No.
So, Fiona, does upvas mean fasting?
No.
Mokshav, does upvas mean fasting?
No.
Hanika? So Ahil will speak, then Hanika will speak, then Fiana, Briella, and last Mokshav will speak. Ahil, start. What does upvas speak? Everything is there on the chat. You only have to say it.
Okay, so upvas is broken into two words. So up and vas. Up means the soul, and vas means to stay in the soul or to live in the soul. So together it means to stay in the soul.
So to be a soul and to be a soul forever and ever and ever. So finish it with, it has got nothing to do with fasting.
So it has nothing to do with fasting.
Anika, and then Fiana, Briella. Just read whatever is in the chat.
Up means soul and vas means to reside or to stay in the soul. So upvas means to reside or to stay in the soul. And upvas does not mean fasting.
Very good. Good answer. Who wants to speak first, Briella or Fiana? Okay, Mokshav, go. And then Fiana, Briella, because, okay.
Upvas is divided into two words. Up means the soul. Vas means to rest or stay in the soul.
Very good. Pachi?
Upvas is not to it not means to be fasting.
Okay, good try. Okay, Briella.
Vas means the soul. Vas means to stay in the soul, and it doesn't mean fasting.
Good. Briella, Fiana.
There are two parts of the word up and vas. Up means the soul, and vas means to reside in the soul. And upvas has nothing to do with fasting.
Okay, so why is it related with fasting? Anybody can think? It is Nitkrit should be able to answer. Even Hanika may, because, and even Mokshav, because all three of you were there last week. Yeah, try, Krit. And then Hanika will speak.
Because in fasting they say to because it works with fasting, because people say it's fasting because people don't eat, so then they go into the soul. See, when you're in the soul you don't eat anything, so you fast, and it's
Naturally. Okay, you have understood, but you were not able to say it, but you have understood. Okay,
Yes.
Hanika, speak.
Upvas is related to fasting.
No. Stop there. It is not related to fasting, number one. Okay, 1 minute. Hanika, let me help you and then you can speak, okay? Fiana, look over here. Fiana, this is the 5th time I'm telling you. Look over here. Upvas, what happens is when you are deep within the soul, when you are experiencing infinite happiness, will you be thinking about food? Will you be thinking about food, Ahil? You will not be thinking about food at that time. So fasting happens naturally. It just happens. It's not that you are deliberately not putting food in your mouth. Upavas means to stay in the soul. So what does it mean when you're in the soul? That you're experiencing infinite happiness. Happiness. It's like, infinite happiness. So when there's infinite happiness, you are in a state of thoughtlessness. Who remembers this? We have learned this. When you are in the soul, you are in a state of thoughtlessness. Fiana, you remember this? So if there's no thought, So naturally, there'll be no thought for food, isn't it, Ahil? Isn't it true, Moksha? Ahil is a bit sad today. Normally, Ahil is always smiling and joking. Today, Ahil is a bit down. Like, I mean, like Neet is also always smiling. Okay, so when you are experiencing infinite happiness, when you're in the soul, Fiana is very attentive. I don't know what has happened to her since the last 2 weeks. Okay, so when you are in the soul, there is no thought. There is no thought. It is called nirvikalp. Who remembers this word, nirvikalp? If you don't remember, don't worry. But if you remember, raise your hand. Nirvikalp. You are in a state of nirvikalp. So it's not that you are avoiding food, but it is happening naturally, Hanika, because now you're experiencing infinite happiness. So there is no thought of food, and fasting is happening naturally. Okay, now who would like to explain why fasting happens naturally? Who would like to explain? Who has, okay, try Fiana, and then Ahil will try. And then
'Cause,
Hanika
when
and
you're-
Moksha.
Because when you're in the soul, you're all deep in the soul and you're happy. You don't. Well, you're not. Your mind is not on food. You're
No.
in your soul.
Let me help you there. It is not that your mind is not on food. It is that the mind has become in a no thought state. Say that. So don't use the word mind anymore. Just say you are in a thoughtless state.
You are in a thoughtless state, so you're not thinking about food or I'm hungry. No, you're just in yourself.
Very good. You're in yourself. Excellent. Clap for this girl. Very good. Now Fiana is back in full form. Okay. Now Ahil, speak.
So like if you're in the soul, like you might be you should be experiencing infinite happiness.
Not you should be. These are not correct words. You are experiencing.
Okay, so you are experiencing infinite happiness. So that means you won't have any thoughts. So you won't think about eating. So you won't eat.
So fasting happens naturally. Say.
So fasting happens naturally.
Riela, would you like to try? No. Okay, Hanika.
So like when you're like fully absorbed in the soul, your mind is
wait.
thoughtless.
So you are speaking correctly. Let's use what Fiana said, that you're absorbed in yourself. Say that, because soul is not somebody else. You are a soul. Say.
So when you're absorbed in yourself, you're in a thoughtless state. So you won't think about anything, and neither will you think about food. So fasting happens naturally.
Excellent answer. Very good answer. Neat. And then last is Moksha.
So-
exchange places quickly, so that you are near the microphone.
So fasting happens naturally because when you're in your soul, when you're in the soul, you're just concentrated.
Experiencing infinite happiness when you're when not when you are in your soul. That is not correct. When I am absorbed, or like what did Hanika use? Hanika used very good words. When you are experiencing infinite happiness as a soul. Say that.
When you're experiencing infinite happiness as a soul, you're in a thoughtless state. So you won't think about food
Or anything else. And so fasting happens
That's how
naturally.
fasting happens naturally.
Good boy. Okay, Moksha, speak. Briella, would you like to try after Moksha? Okay, fine. So you just listen to everybody today. The next week you will speak. Okay, Moksha.
Fasting happen at when we are in soul of infinite knowledge. So we don't have any thoughts. So we don't have thoughts. So we don't think about to eat. Then it happens itself fasting.
Very good boy. Good boy. Okay. Now one last question and then we finish the class. So when somebody is fasting and they're not absorbed in the soul, are they doing upvas? Yes or no? One by one, everybody will answer. Let me say it again. Listen, Kreet. When we hear that somebody has done upvas, but we just see them doing all household activities, Ahil, we see them driving the car, going to the shop, buying groceries, like women will go to the supermarket, men will go to the shop. So when they're doing all these activities, obviously they're not absorbed in the soul. So are they doing fasting? Yes or no? Kreet. Okay, Neet. Hanika. Just nod yes or no. Mokshav. No. Ahil. Okay, Fiana.
Well, they may be fasting, but they're not in the soul.
They're not.
So it's not upvas.
They're not fasting fully.
Because no, the definition of upvas is to stay in the soul. That is the definition. So no, the answer is no. Fiana, have you understood? Fasting is not upvas. Fasting is just fasting, that you're not giving food to the body. But what is the definition of upvas, Fiana? It is on the chat.
Upvas is to be in the soul.
Is to be in the soul.
Exactly.
Okay, it is time. It is as Fiana has written, it is time to go now. So time is up. But Fiana, Briella, you were 2 minutes late, so I've taken 2 minutes extra. Okay. All right. So I will see you next week. Now, Fiana, Briella, actually both of you just stay behind. Everybody can go. Jai Jinendra.